The Golden State Warriors' Draymond Green and the Washington Wizards' Bradley Beal were ejected late in the second quarter of Friday night's game after the two were involved in an altercation on the court. The incident started when Beal drove toward the basket and had his shot blocked by Green with 23 seconds left in the half. The Wizards maintained possession, but as the two jostled for position in the paint, Beal smacked Green in the face from behind, and Green, in turn, grabbed Beal, and the two got locked up. While wrapped around each other, they backpedaled near the fans in the front row underneath the Wizards' basket and eventually fell to the hardwood. Members of both teams as well as officials, coaches and even a fan tried to break up the melee. Two Wizards players, Markieff Morris, who is inactive and in street clothes as he recovers from hernia surgery, and Carrick Felix, left the bench during the scuffle and are likely to receive a one-game suspension. It wasn't immediately clear whether punches were thrown. "I don't know what I'm supposed to do if someone hits you twice," Green told ESPN as he left the locker room at halftime. "Man, you're taught as a kid not to allow that. What was I supposed to do?" Green emerged from the scuffle with his jersey ripped, and the two continued to jaw back and forth at each other from their respective benches. Beal got into a verbal confrontation with fans as he was escorted off the court. Asked whether he has a history with Beal, Green told ESPN, "There's history with me in the NBA. That's the only reason I can think of why I was ejected." Friday's skirmish was the latest eventful moment between the Wizards and Warriors since the 2016-17 season. In February, Kevin Durant's first game in his hometown since joining the Warriors, Wizards center Marcin Gortat was boxing out Golden State's Zaza Pachulia when Gortat tossed Pachulia to the floor. Pachulia crashed into Durant's lower leg, leading to a left MCL sprain and tibial bone bruise that would cause Durant to miss the next several weeks of the season. In April, Wizards guard Brandon Jennings drew a flagrant foul late in the game when he shoved Warriors center JaVale McGee to the ground. McGee had attempted a three-pointer with the game well in hand for Golden State, drawing the ire of Washington players, including John Wall, who defended Jennings' actions. "Whenever a team is up like that, supposedly, you just hold the ball and take a shot clock violation," Wall said then. "So, what Brandon did, I don't think it was dirty. I think it was the right play. You don't let nobody try to embarrass you, and I think that's what they were trying to do." Draymond Green and Bradley Beal started wrestling following a loose ball situation, an action that started a fracas that involved several Warriors and Wizards near one of the stanchions in the second quarter of a Friday matchup at Oracle Arena. The Warriors started fast breaking the other way, but Green and Beal both had themselves wrapped up near the Wizards bench, quickly giving way to more players spilling into the fray. Both Beal and Green, who had received a technical foul earlier in the game, were ejected. Here's where the play was initiated. Beal actually initiated the play, though you can debate whether this was intentional or not, but Beal certainly whacked Green right in the side of the head, and it wasn't just a tap either. Green's jersey ended up being ripped. You can see Carrick Felix and Markieff Morris, in street clothes, come out of the bench area too, which will almost certainly result in a one-game suspension. An automatic penalty for any player not in the game. It also looks like Kelly Oubre Jr. punched John Wall. Almost certainly accidentally, given that they're teammates. Right in the back of the head. Oubre apparently kept swinging too? Here's a look at him appearing to hit Klay Thompson. Oubre stayed in the game, but he will likely get a suspension for that one. Draymond Green says he's the innocent party here. In the second half, Green had already talked to ESPN's Chris Haynes. "I don't know what I'm supposed to do if someone hits you twice." Green said, "Man, you're taught as a kid not to allow that. What was I supposed to do?" Green also said, "There's history with me in the NBA. That's the only reason I can think of why I was ejected." Bradley Beal got flipped off while leaving the court. An older fan didn't take kindly to Beal leaving the court. Beal's only response was an incredible grin. At halftime, the Wizards lead the Warriors by 14 points. This is definitely the largest NBA fight we've had in a few years, although still nothing like the Knicks-Nuggets fight that was the last brawl in the NBA, maybe for good.